Cursed is a role that is on the village team, but when it is attacked by the werewolves, it will be in the werewolf team. And I'm gonna be honest, the cursed design is rather flawed, and I'm going to explain why. However, first we have to look at the curse tree. Grave Robber is a semi-villager until his target dies, in which he is loyal to his newfound faction. Grave Robber is a semi-villager because there's no confirmation on whether he is permanently a villager or not, and his target could be a non-villager. Werewolf Fan is a neutral evil because he wins with the werewolf, however he does not have the aspect of a true werewolf, being good aura and not being able to talk in faction chat. Lurker is a true neutral until attacked, at which point he becomes loyal to his faction. Cursed, on the other hand, is a semi-villager until attacked, at which point he becomes a true werewolf. I say that he is a semi-villager because to win with village you need to avoid werewolf attack, and you need to be passive so that werewolf won't be indulged into attacking you. And also, it's a true werewolf because he's set to be a werewolf team when he is attacked. So, what does the curse tree have in common? What they have in common is that they're all third parties, and they aren't directly connected to village or werewolf. However, their team is, but their role structure and the way they're set out aren't really a village or a werewolf. And Kurt's design has become a glaring problem due to the community itself and the rules. And I'll explain why. Number 1. You can't fake claim. Cursed fake claims to avoid village lynches and werewolf attacks, and by fake claiming, werewolf and village won't really know that they're cursed. And if Cursed was to ever claim cursed, they would be damned by lynches, or would be damned by being turned to the werewolf and then be lynched. Usually, random regular villager claims into different roles so that they could throw off werewolf while actually being able to do their ability, such as random regular villager doctor claims red lady so that werewolf won't attack it. In ranked, it isn't uncommon for village to claim different roles to throw off werewolves or to not get killed. And as medium, would you really claim medium as medium? Well, of course you won't, so that werewolves won't attack you, or you will not get nightmare and then you won't be able to revive. And of course you wouldn't be silent so that village won't kill you because you are roleless or silent. So you would fake claim ghost lady or red lady. While Curse, on the other hand, can't even fake claim, even if it would mean good for him. And that's because of the visual rule, and village would most likely report you if you fake claim as cursed, and you, even if it would mean bad for them if you've claimed cursed, and if you claim cursed it would be bad for you anyway. And claiming cursed is bad anyway because you would be lynched from village or you would be converted from werewolf. Being converted is bad if werewolves are losing majority, and being lynched is bad if village are losing. And you're damned if you did, and you're damned if you didn't. Number 2. Hang the cursed. Now don't mistake me for being against this. I actually hang the cursed claim if there's no bigger fish to fry, and it's probably an optimal decision since you wouldn't want to risk village losing a villager. And can you really blame village for wanting to lynch you because of your passive ability? You would most likely get turned by the werewolf, and the village won't let the werewolves get majority, so they will lynch you. And if they don't lynch you, then it's probably their fault if Curse gets a turn and then backstab them. Number 3, it can't act as a third party. So the difference between the one that enforces the rules and the community that follows it is that they will most likely tell you that Cursed is a villager, and if they try to side with Werewolf, although it is the optimal play to win, then it will be throwing, and I honestly find that to be wrong. Cursed was designed as a villager that can betray village, similar to the Cupid. Now, people would tell you, especially Guardians, would tell you that Cursed siding Werewolf while unturned is game throwing, even though you have won or it's the optimal play. Because, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, if game throwing is like ruining your team's winning chances, then solo killer can never throw at all. Well, yeah, solo killers can never throw, although they can throw by claiming solo killer. And I'm gonna be honest, people get game throwing incorrectly. Game throwing means you ruin your chances of winning. And then Cursed has already won if he threw off Village. And because he threw off Village, he had won by being turned with the Werewolf team, and then Village lost majority. And I'm gonna be honest, why is it throwing if you have already won anyway? And if you have already won, you can't really throw because you have already won that game. And if it's the reason that you won, then yes, you have won this game. And you can't really be throwing. And the question is, how can you throw a game you have already won? If game throwing would mean that you throw off your team, then you could say that solo killers can never throw. However, you're told that solo killers can throw by outing themselves. And the reason it is because that it means you reduce your chances of winning. The reason it is considered throwing to throw off your team as a villager or werewolf is because you lose with them. If Cursed isn't a third party, because he wins with the village until turn, then Cupid is not a third party. If Cursed isn't a third party, then Cupid is not a third party because Cupid can win with the village. Honestly, why care about your couple? Just tell your couple and then win with village. And like that, Cupid is throwing because Cupid is a third party. Well, if Cupid is a third party, then Cursed is also a third party, not a true villager. And the similarity between Cupid and Cursed is that they can betray the village despite winning with village. Number 4, it isn't fun to play as. So you're going to tell me that your playstyle is limited and you have no real knight ability, and you're supposed to cower in fear and do nothing to contribute to your team unless your turn, just so you could actually play as Cursed. Well, it isn't really fun, not gonna lie. This is just outright boring. And the reason that players prefer to play as killing roles that is village sided over informers like Seer is because they want to have influence and they want to have power, and they also want to have fun and experiment with different playstyle. Sure, you would argue that Seer is powerful, but would you really compare Seer to Gunner in terms of power? And you have more influence as Gunner. You're most likely told to upgrade Cursed because Cursed Advanced are more fun than Cursed itself, especially Lurker and Werewolf fan. And if your whole point of getting fun out of a role is to upgrade the rolled card, you see the problem? So, all in all, Cursed isn't even fun, and most of your game isn't even decided by your favor. Number 5. You are a slave. The game is decided, but certainly not in your favor, so in other words, you are a slave to village and werewolves. And it's all fun and game until one team decides that you will win or lose. Especially if it's just the last werewolf, and they say that they will convert you, assuming that there's no protector anymore in the game to protect you, and then you just lose. Yeah, how fun would that be to have most of your game dictated 95% of the time? Anyway, this is the end of the video, and if you enjoyed the video, why not like and comment on what you think of the cursed. And if you enjoy the overall content, why not subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.